Let's be honest, talking to our kids about sex can feel awkward. Many of us grew up in homes where the topic was either avoided altogether or handled with fear instead of wisdom. But here's the reality. Our kids are already hearing messages about sex from friends, from school, from social media, from culture. If we don't talk about it, they'll fill in the blanks with what they hear elsewhere. I get this on a personal level because I have a child in every stage, preschool, elementary, and middle school, which means in my house, these conversations look a little different depending on who I'm talking to. First, start earlier than you think. Conversations about sex don't begin with one big talk in middle school. They begin when our kids are young with simple conversations about bodies, boundaries, and God's design. For my preschooler, it might be as simple as God made every single part of you, and your body is good. For my elementary age child, it's teaching about private parts and public parts. And with my middle schooler, it's connecting those truths with identity, peer pressure, and respect. Second, keep it going. Talking about sex isn't a one-time thing. In my home, I don't think of it as the talk. It's a series of conversations, a series of talks that grow as my kids grow. That way, they know I'm a safe person that they can come to with their questions, no matter how awkward they and me might feel. Third, lead with truth, not fear. It's tempting to only talk about the dangers, but God's design for sex isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about intimacy, covenants, and trust. I often say God created sex as something powerful and beautiful, and it's meant to be experienced within marriage. That's why we treat it with care and with respect. Fourth, create safety and openness. When one of my kids asks a question, trust me, some of them are really bold, I try to respond, I'm so glad you asked me that. Even if I don't have the perfect answer, I want them to know I'm not shocked, I'm not mad, and I'm definitely not shutting them down. Sometimes I'll even say, that's a great question. Let's learn about it together. The Bible reminds us in 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, and we're called to honor God with them. That the lens I bring into these conversations with each of my kids, that sex isn't something shameful, it's sacred, and it means a lot to us and God. So don't wait for the perfect moment and don't let fear guide the conversation. Start where you are and start where your child is. Keep it open, remind them often that God's design for their body and for their future is good, and so is He. Because at the end of the day, it's not about having the perfect talk. It's about building a relationship where truth is normal, questions are welcome, and God's wisdom leads the way.